Hey, I'm Andrew Hales. Welcome to another edition of Chatting With. Today I'm here with Maddie.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, model.
Yep.
Are you an Instagram model or a real model?
I hate that term. Yeah. I actually don't even like telling people that I'm a model because you meet people every day and it's what do you do? It's I'm a model, which there's such a range of what that means. But I would say I'm a model / entrepreneur. I like to do other things as well.
All right. What other things?
Kind of in the works. I like to cook. I've also been getting on different, I guess I'd call myself a content creator because I've been on different platforms. I'm on TikTok now, starting to create YouTube videos and getting involved with different companies that do, work with health.
Right. How old are you now?
I'm 23, almost 24.
And when did you start modeling?
I started in, I'd say, not officially until a couple years ago, actually, when I moved to LA, but I kind of explored it, dabbled in it when I used to live in Texas. I went to college there, high school. People would always recommend that I try it out. Mm-hmm. And I actually moved out to LA for summer, thinking unrealistically that I would break into the industry in a summer. And then I went back, finished school, best thing I ever did, came back, and I actually graduated from University of Texas, and then I was going to get a job in advertising. And I interviewed with all these big ad agencies and quickly discovered that I would be bored out of my mind and it wasn't for me. So I rekindled things with my old manager and he sent me to my first agency to meet with them, and it was Wilhelmina, and they loved me, and it just kind of happened. And ever since then, that's been my main focus. But like I said, I'm trying to branch out, diversify, and do other things that, modeling is great and you get the opportunity to work with different people every day, meet different people, travel, but 9 times out of 10, the typical jobs are wholesale or e-commerce where people don't realize you're putting on 150, 200 outfits. Sometimes they don't even show your face. They cut off your head. It's grueling work, and it's not, for me, soul fulfilling. It's a very, and I'm sure we'll get into it, difficult industry to be in because it's, so about how you look, and it's, a lot of it's out of your control. And with my personality type, it's sometimes hard.
Okay. You're not an Instagram model because you're with an agency.
What's the difference of an Instagram model and an influencer?
Well,
but
no,
I think that's
same,
true, though.
right?
If you're with a legitimate sign or agency, you're a signed model, you get professional work, you go to castings, I would say that you're an actual model. But there's also some low-budget agencies that essentially now a lot of people who maybe shouldn't be considered models are, but it's a very fine line between, if you're doing, I'm not going to name names of companies, but there's certain companies that reach out to every girl. And
Daniel Wellington?
That one's not us, but I actually worked with them before, but that was years ago.
They give you a free watch?
Yeah.
I think
I'm selling it on Poshmark right now.
Oh, no.
If you need a watch. But yeah, I wouldn't go down certain paths.
So you consider yourself a real model?
Yes.
What's the biggest paycheck you got from a job?
Wow, just going for it. From a single job.
Yeah, you don't have to answer anything, I
don't care.
Okay. Just let you know.
10K.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that for?
That was for. It's a lot of. Actually, now that you're saying Instagram model, it's a lot of. You can get paid now more for a post from a legitimate company. I'm working with one right now that's paying me really well.
Wow.
I don't know if I should disclose it or not. It's nothing
you
like
don't have to say it or whatever. Yeah.
Done posts for companies that pay way more than a day rate, because to get a high day rate as a model, you have to be either a good professional model, and the day rate for if you shoot for a fashion company for a day is usually around $1,000 to $2,000, maybe more if you're more experienced. But if you're an image, then they'll pay you. It goes 5, 10, 20, but it's two different. You're either kind of have made it and established yourself, or you're in a group with just every agency model.
Okay.
That's how I kind of see it, but I don't know if any of this is even like.
No, yeah.
It's just.
How do you keep yourself from getting too vain, I guess?
That's one thing that's been tough for me, and I think another reason that I'm working on at this point in my life, diversifying and doing things that are a little more fulfilling to me, because it's, like I said, it's never enough. You're not going to stop aging. Like, I've had agencies tell me, change this about yourself, but it gets to your head where I look in the mirror and notice things that I never even did before, like certain lines on my face or the size of different aspects of my body. And it's sometimes I look at my day and it's like I worked out, I got a facial, I, went grocery shopping to get super healthy food, and it's, at the end of the day, I look at it and it's all about the way I look, which is not a great feeling, but there's no avoiding it. It is what it is, but trying to stay level-headed and just, it is. And it's like, I tell people all the time, people think, all my friends, back home, or people that don't know the industry well, think it's so glamorous and modeling, and my friends even ask me, should I get into modeling? It seems so great. You don't work 9 to 5, but it's a lifestyle. You can't,
What do you tell them?
I tell them you have to have a super, super thick skin. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone that's not, because I consider myself very confident. It takes a lot to get to me. But if you're not that way, it's going to chew you up and spit you out, because it's so grueling. You'll go to 30 castings. You're competing against 30 other more than that. So many other girls. Even when you're just sitting, you're looking around and comparing yourself. Oh, she's taller than me. She's a little bit skinnier than me. Her hair is prettier than me. Like, there's always like this saying, there's always going to be someone smarter. There's always going to be someone better looking. And living in LA, like, there's a million beautiful girls. And like I said, it's so out of your control, and it can have completely nothing to do with you. They're just looking for a certain look. Like right now, the look that's in is they like curvier. So half the time, like, I don't fit the clothes. And it's, do I need to gain weight? And it's just, it's so, like, messes with your head.
So have executives told you to gain weight ever?
No, but it's bigger boobs, and it's, how...
Have they said that directly?
Yeah, but the way your body works is that if you're going to gain weight, you're going to gain it in other areas, and then they're going to tell you to tone up, because I have been told that. It's just a crazy...
They told you to lose weight?
Yeah.
Like, that's normal, whatever.
Oh, yeah. And I think I'm, like, spilling the beans right now, but I think people don't realize how brutal it is, and you really have to, because it's, there's a lot of girls that move from the Midwest. They're 18 years old. They didn't go to school. They come out here. They put all their eggs in one basket. They may not have an option to move back home if things don't work out, and they quickly realize that LA is expensive, life is expensive, and you may go, there's been months where you go without working. So, and for a lot of girls, that's fine. They just have fun or go to the beach or whatever. But since I'm very type A, I'm like, I drive my manager's agents crazy, because what should I be doing? What can I be working on? Send me this test shoot. What other projects are there? So that's kind of where I'm at is, it's good to have, if you're a personality like me and a hustler, I've been working since I was 15.
All right.
To have something else that's consistent, so that you're not putting so much pressure on something that's out of your control.
What did you major in college?
Advertising and marketing business.
Oh, you're type A.
Yeah.
Do you know what your personality type is?
I don't know.
Like ISFP, ENTJ?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I'm a Scorpio, though, so I don't know if that's factors in.
I don't know too much about astrology. Instagram, you're at 450 something, right?
Oh, you're adding some for me, thanks.
I don't know.
I think it's like 406.
You're around there. Was there any like big picture where you automatically got like 100K followers or anything?
No, I get asked this question all the time, that where did you see a jump, or how have you grown? And it'll come in waves. You'll grow, and then it'll plateau, and then grow some more. And it's just based on being active and posting all the time, which has been a struggle for me, because you can post all your work from modeling shoots and whatnot, but I'm trying to make an active effort to be more genuine to myself. And not that that's not me, but it's, it's one thing to be known as a pretty face, or posting pictures in a bikini, which obviously, like, I know if I post this picture, it's going to get 60,000 likes. But if I post something of me eating, or me with my friend doing something that I'm actually doing that day, it's not going to do as well. And I'm going to have a period of time where I'm going to have to transition the style of my content.
One for you, one for them.
So I'm trying to figure it out a little bit right now.
What's
but yeah, there was one picture, like, when I first started modeling, that went a little bit viral, but
it's like a bikini picture?
No, it's actually super innocent, but you'll have to look it up.
All right, I'll get that later. Do you know what your demographic is, like all guys?
It's a lot of men, so that's another thing, is I have the option to either tap into that, and I get advice from some friends, don't change what's working for you, just find brands that align more with that. So video game stuff I've thought about getting into, or you know, just NFL. I love football, doing stuff with NFL, and just finding brands that align more. But if I'm going to work with all the fashion, beauty, it's, you know, you have to have that following. It's worth way more, you know, if you have 10,000 followers, they're loyal fans, and 80% of them are women, and they're buyers.
It's that 1,000 true fans article, whatever.
Totally. Yeah. So it's definitely something that's, you know, a problem. And brands are a lot smarter now that they'll ask for your demographics. But there is still a lot of, like, I'm working with a light bulb, I know it's a light bulb company coming up, and creating a video for them.
They're like quirky light bulbs or something?
There are those smart bulbs where you can hook it up to your Alexa or your iPhone and say, turn the lights on, and they have different colors, and it's great for content creators.
Cool.
Yeah, stuff like that is, you know, how do you say it? Unisex? Yeah, so, and that's another thing is I'm really passionate about food, so that everyone loves food.
Well, yeah. Are you vegan? You got any special diet, whatever?
Not at all. I eat mostly really healthy, but love meat, you know, eat dairy every day. I love yogurt. Frozen yogurt's my favorite thing in the world.
What are some things executives look for the most part?
Executives?
I guess modeling agencies.
Well, I think they're transitioning more, or they say they are paying more attention to personality. So that's one thing when I go to castings or into a new agency, really try to push my personality, because in the past that's been something that's frustrating to me, is I felt like it doesn't matter if you're smart or who you are, but I think brands now, they don't just want a model, they want someone who encapsulates, you know, free people, for example. It's all about being carefree and happy and natural. So they want girls that encapsulate that, and that, you know, it all ties into social media. So your presence needs to also show that.
Well,
so executives, though, when you go into an agency, I mean, obviously, it's still, I think it's, the industry is interesting because some of the agencies, I just signed with one that's more, they have a celebrity division and they focus on social media a lot. But, you know, I met with another one that contrasted with it, was very old school, and they don't like that you go through the DMs to get jobs, and they are trying to keep it, they're like, this is the way that you book jobs, you have a relationship with the client, and it's, you know, goes to the agent, and it's very set in stone. So I think it just depends on the agency.
It sounds like if you want to do your own thing, it sounds like you are kind of gravitating towards more Instagram model.
The social stuff?
Yeah.
Yes and no, because there's, the reason you have an agency is you can't, this may change in a few years, and I see another reason of diversifying myself and working with nonprofits and things that I'm passionate about, maybe cooking, or I have a lot of friends that have different types of followings and have different skills, partnering with them and maybe making a cooking YouTube video with, you know, a famous athlete that I'm friends with or something like that.
Has anyone ever photoshopped a picture, like, without telling you of yours?
No, I've heard crazy stories where girls' heads have been put onto nude photos and they're all over the internet and there's no way to prove that it's not you. That hasn't happened to me.
Deep fakes. That's
I didn't even know that was a thing. But
yeah.
I don't think I've been severely photoshopped. I mean, sometimes a photographer will give you back the photos and you can tell, like, my butt's not that big, or you made my waist tinier. But for the most part, they're really... Them? If it's really obvious, I'll say, can you change this? For me, it's more the airbrushing on your face, because, for example, I have freckles, and, like, if there's... I want my face to look real and not too airbrushed, and sometimes that's their style, so it's a...
They'll take away your freckles.
Yeah, a lot of times, even with makeup and stuff. But it's a touchy thing where sometimes that's their aesthetic. So if you're looking to shoot with someone, it's important to look at their page, and if that's not how you want to be portrayed, then obviously don't shoot with them. And I've had that problem when I was younger. I kind of learned the hard way, is that, oh, can we shoot this style instead? Like, if they're really sexy, then I want to do cute dresses, and they fight me on it, and they're like, okay, can you unbutton it a little bit? And I'm like, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would you say it's generally a corrupt industry?
I think so. I think there's a lot that's not told about it, about the pressure, and, you know, at a young age, in your developmental years, when you're a teenager and in your young 20s, to have that kind of unrealistic body, face pressure on yourself is crazy. And, you know, everything from, I remember when I first started modeling, I I was all excited. I was going to swim week in Miami, and I was, oh, we'll get you a flight, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you can stay in the model apartment there. And of course, I should have asked questions, but I didn't have someone guiding me. You know, a lot of times girls have managers, and I don't know if I did at the time. And I, you know, then on my paycheck, I guess, was subtracted from any job that I was going to make from there on out. They'd take out the flight and take out, you know, so I was paying for this.
Oh.
And I didn't even end up making money while I was there.
Gotta read that fine print.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think it's kind of crazy.
You're single now?
Yep.
You answer DMs? Have you ever answered a DM?
Yeah, of course. I answered.
Only the blue check marks, huh?
Is that how you found me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
well,
so I answered your DM.
there's so many.
Actually, honestly, I hate the whole blue check mark thing because I don't even have one, and I have all these fake accounts. Literally, someone made their name Mad_Tev and must have taken a lot of effort. They put all of my photos, all of my videos, the account. People were asking me, did you make another account? Because it looks exactly like mine, except for there's an underscore.
That's annoying.
So yeah, anyways, I'm not verified, but one way, I do read through my requests, but I can kind of tell by the first two words if it's, hey baby, or love you, so, you know. But it is nice. I'll definitely check the ones that are verified because it's a lot of times illegitimate.
Right. Have you ever went on a date with a guy that DM'd you?
Yeah, actually, that's how I have met most of the guys I've gone out with. I don't really do the whole dating app thing, and it's hard. Like, honestly, people give each other crap about meeting someone through Instagram, but if you're at a bar and you drunkenly find someone attractive standing at the bar, I don't think that's any better than like, oh, like what the thing is about Instagram is what you're putting out there may or may not be who you truly are, but at least they know a little bit about me. Mm-hmm. And hopefully from captions and stuff see some depth, and then they can tell there's something they're attracted to versus just photos. But I don't know, our world's kind of crazy. I just don't like the whole dating app thing. It's exhausting. Yeah.
How often do you post on Instagram?
I've been trying to do every day, but this week, for example, I think I've posted once. I've been dropping the ball a bit, but it's because I haven't been shooting much, and I've just been.
Who shoots for you?
Any photographer that I usually.
You got like a list of them.
Yeah, I have maybe 5 that I shoot with. I have multiple times that I connect with well and we work well together. But I also like to mix it up. Like right now, I'm trying to diversify what's called my book. So the way you get booked for modeling jobs is they look at your portfolio, and then they either call you in for a casting because they like your look, and it's called a request casting. Or there's castings where it's just cow to call, like we need blondes that are this height, this size, and they'll bring all of them in. Or they can direct book you. So if it's in another market, maybe someone in Chicago is looking for someone for their brand, for my look, they'll book me without seeing me in person. Yeah. So yeah, right now I'm working on that because I feel like my book doesn't have much diversity. So I'm looking for other photographers that might be good at street style or what's called beauty or fitness. Yeah, it's kind of a game. Like you have to, it doesn't always work that way, but it's kind of, common sense. If they look at your portfolio and they can see, oh, look, she can, jump high and looks good in yoga pants or these sneakers, like she'd be great for our brand. And then they're more likely to book you versus just seeing a bunch of bikini photos.
Favorite movies?
People hate me for this living here. If I have free time, You
don't watch movies?
No, I feel like maybe because of work, I spend so much time on screens, whether I'm like emailing different clients or working on social media stuff on my laptop. I'm like always on my phone. My friend showed me the other day how you can see how much screen time you have. And I was mortified how much of my life I'm spending on my phone. So I'm not prone to when I have free time.
How much time do you spend on your phone?
I think like 6 hours a day.
Wow, shit. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it's all working, and then I'm like, I have no excuse not to be posting every day.
Yeah, you can do everything from your phone. You can
and I just got the new iPhone too.
Inspirations in the modeling world?
I love Kate Moss. There's a lot of girls too, like Emily Donato, that are curvier and kind of embrace true beauty and are themselves. Who else? I really like Maya Stepper. Just her aesthetic is very cool. Yeah, I really respect anyone who's true to themselves.
Miranda Kerr.
And is more than a model. Yeah, I mean, she's beautiful. She's big in Asia too. I'm trying to break into that market, like TikTok and Douyin.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently my look, if you have a small face and big features, like big eyes and I don't know what else.
Yeah.
They really like light hair too because it's very foreign to them. You
That's
do well.
big in Asia?
So my agent, or my old agent in New York, actually is going to Asia to work in social media there with an agency. So he's trying to push me over in Korea and China.
Instagram strategy, just post every day.
Post every day, and I think I try to mix it up. Something more lifestyle one day, then the next day can be professional photos that maybe from a job or a photo shoot that I did, which is called a test shoot if you're doing it just to create content for Instagram or your portfolio. And then maybe a video, maybe something fitnessy, and I try to mix it up because just OCD reasons. Like I don't like looking at my feed and having it. And also just I want people to know more about myself. I've been trying with my captions to make it a lot more personal and in-depth, and maybe tell a little story about myself or something I'm going through and humanize myself, because I think that, I find myself doing the same thing. You look at these girls on Instagram and don't realize that it's 99% fake. Your bodies are edited, your face is airbrushed. It's not, your life, you don't show the bad things. Like you may be in Malibu eating sushi with a glass of wine, but that's not real life. And I think that we neglect that not everyone has access to acai bowls and avocado toast. And middle America is a lot of females and males that, want to know that they're not alone. Everyone struggles with anxiety and body image issues, and just being a little more transparent, maybe posting photos where I'm not wearing makeup and things like that. I'm working on, and I think a lot of people are doing a better job of doing that lately.
Okay.
But it's definitely something that...
You've been getting a little more vulnerable.
I think that's also why I'm posting less, because I'm, this morning, for example, my best time to post is 9 a.m. and I was looking at photos that I had saved because I haven't taken any recently because I've been living in the moment and enjoying myself, and I'm not out with friends and say, can you take a picture? Let's take a picture together. So I'll be scrolling through my saved or favorited photos that I haven't posted yet. And nothing is speaking to me, and I'm spending all this time thinking of a caption, and I think it should come organically. And you don't have to think about, well, what does this mean to me? Or not just I have cool pictures from Europe that I haven't posted yet, but it's, okay, yes, I miss Italy, but what does that mean? Like, I'm trying to figure out how to articulate that in a way that's relatable for people and helpful. So I've also been trying to I started and stopped. I was doing a 5 minutes with Madi segment on YouTube, which you get a lot of hate on YouTube, I'm learning. People are super mean because I would be transparent and just YouTube's something rough. That's on my mind that day. And I would just talk for 5 minutes about something. And a lot of people were super cool and supportive and said, thank you for sharing yourself. But then other people are, your problems are minimal. I can't believe you're complaining. You're a model. You live in LA. Or like, you're so boring, blah, blah, blah. You're nice to look at but not speak. And echoing some of the things that go through my head anyway.
You met any male models?
Of course, I work with them all. I'm not a fan. For the most, I'm stereotyping my own type, but...
What is your type?
As far as dating, I don't know. I've gone for the wrong people in the past. I say that I want a guy that's super sweet, but then when I find one that's really nice to me and I'm like, oh, I would need someone. And my mom always tells me, look for a guy that treats you like a queen, like worships the ground you walk on. But then when I find someone like that that's too into me and not mean to me, I'm like, I'm not interested. It's not interesting. It's
normal.
I know, but it's bad. At least I'm aware of it. I like people that treat me like crap, or I need to fix them and feel like I can help them and challenge me. I mean, I think what I need is...
There's a balance.
Exactly. Someone who's tough on me and gives me doesn't agree with everything I say and cares about me, but also is overall sweet and supportive.
What would you be doing if you weren't?
Modeling?
Yeah.
I ask myself that all the time because I went to school for marketing. I probably out of school would have had a social media. Was my original idea when I wasn't considering modeling, because I always just told myself either family or friends were in my head. It's not a real job. Get something that's you use your brain. And that nags at me all the time. I feel a sense of guilt when, it's 7 a.m. and I'm going to the gym, or I'm going to a workout class, or I can go to the beach and I see everyone at my building leaving for work, and I feel a sense of anxiety about I need to be making something out of myself, when in reality I could work for one day and make as much in a day than most people my age would make in a week. So it's all perspective. But I'm really hard on myself about that. I think that I would have settled for some sort of entry-level social media marketing, coordinator job and then just worked my way up and been in marketing, but I think I would have been unfulfilled. I think my mom is 50 something and she's, still doesn't know what she wants to do. I think people are always breaking down and building themselves up and becoming better versions of themselves. You lose your job at 50 or 30 and you get a new one. You figure out what you really want to do and what you're passionate about. I think it's just an ongoing up and down thing. Like I have friends right now, they're unemployed and looking for other jobs, and one of my best friends had a great marketing job. She worked for huge clients like Toyota and a really reputable agency. Then she picked up and left. She was unfulfilled. She moved to Madrid, and now she teaches English in Spain, and she's having the time of her life. So I think that, I guess it's hard to say, because honestly, one of the things that got me into modeling was that my parents don't support me financially. Paid my way through college, and I moved out to LA, and it was kind of sink or swim. I didn't have the option. A lot of my friends my age, even their parents still pay their rent, pay for their car payments, and I didn't have the option of make 30 grand a year, 40 grand a year, being a social media manager. It was, you got to pay your bills. So modeling was something that instant gratification, but it's also, most people aren't, and most jobs aren't building you unless they're huge reputable campaigns. That will propel you and push you to book bigger and better things and further your career. But most of the day-to-day modeling jobs, you work for the 8 hours, you get paid. Well, you get paid a couple months later, but and that's it. You're not building towards something. So that's something that's also been in the back of my head about. I want to be progressing and becoming a better version of myself, but that's separate from career becoming better. So I think I just would have been working in marketing for maybe a food company. I love to cook. Maybe I would have, I still can, and I am considering either getting a little nutrition degree on the side or going to cooking school. I think that's really cool. I've seen girls I admire on Instagram that are models but also went to culinary school and are chefs. So I'm not sure. I think I just would have been in marketing or advertising.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. This is fun.
Yeah. Let's see.
Official.
What do you want to shout out here? Like, you got a YouTube channel, you got your Insta.
My YouTube, I believe, is just my name, Madi Teeuws. My Instagram is Mad Tev, like Mad TV, but no, or add the E, so MADTEV. My TikTok, Mad Tev was somehow taken, so it's Madi Tev, MADITEV.
Check out all of Maddie's info in the description. Let us know what you think about modeling and etc. And I will see you next week.